Oh,
Oh, yeah. We are
got it.
live. Hello, and welcome to Friends in Fiction. Is your mind playing tricks on you? I don't think so. Tonight, we gave Mary Kay, Patty, Christy, and Kristen the night off, and you will be joined by the fearsome foursome, and we have a wonderful night planned for you guys. First, we'd like to say happy Passover to everyone that celebrates. And we're just so happy that you guys are here to get all of the scoop for the spring summer season and our book club scoop and podcast scoop. We have a lot of scoop tonight, so I hope you guys are ready. And in true Friends in Fiction fashion, we should introduce ourselves as they do. I'm Lisa Harrison.
I'm Brenda Gardner, co-host of the Friends in Fiction Book Club.
I'm Meg Walker, the managing director for Friends in Fiction.
And I'm Ron Block, the host of the Writer's Block podcast.
And I'm
And
also
we are
the co-host of the book club.
That's right.
Lisa coming in at the end. Well,
Coming in.
we're so excited to share this night with you guys. So is anybody ready for a great happy hour takeover? Go ahead and start sharing in the chat what you're doing tonight and what everyone is drinking. Cocktails, mocktails, sparkling water, whatever you have. And
Magic potions.
I think, yes, magic potions. And I'm going to ask Meg to share first.
Sure. Well, I just got back from Italy, so I'm basically Italian now, you guys.
Right.
We got hooked on the Aperol Spritz while we were
Oh,
over in
yeah.
Italy. So that's what I'm having. And it's
Yum.
if anyone hasn't had one, they're delicious and they're addictive. And it's equal parts Aperol, which is like a semi-bitter liqueur aperitif type of thing. Equal parts that and champagne, and then you top it with club soda and put a orange slice. And it's
Yum.
delightful. Yeah, it's refreshing.
Can I share the very first time I ever had an Aperol Spritz was with Mary Kay Andrews
Really?
at her
Oh.
launch party for, it must have been, no, it was at Christie's launch party, but Mary Kay was there. It was at Christie's launch party for the wedding veil. And Mary Kay was there, and I had never had an Aperol Spritz, and we had one together, and it was so good. So
Oh, nice.
I'm all about that one.
Love it. Lisa,
All
so
right,
Lisa,
well-
what are you drinking?
Well, I figured I'd do a little toast to our podcast drink connoisseur, Ron Block, and you, Meg, because we're all the Dirty Martini group. But I typically do vodka dirty martinis. I do not drink gin. But tonight, I used a little Empress 1408
Ooh.
gin.
Ooh.
If I pass out halfway through, we know why. But and some vermouth and extra dirty with a little olive juice and blue cheese stuffed olives.
Ooh, yum.
Oh,
Are you
Oh my
proud?
goodness.
I'm very proud.
very proud of you, my friend.
That is something.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Well, I
Good
also
flavor.
am starting with a gin dirty martini, but
I
it's in
love
this glass that you can't really see, but it's got etching in it that says,
Don't spill that into your computer.
right? It says,
Is that what it says?
I'm watching.
No. Friends in Fiction, Writer's
Oh.
Block host Ron Block. It was given to
Aw.
me by a really wonderful friend whose name rhymes with Briston.
Wow, I wonder who that would be.
She's
So I have
We
another
love
little,
the
I have
best
another
gift giver.
cocktail thing for after Brenda's done.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm going to share my mocktail and a little story about it. I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm calling it a sunburst. It's grenadine and equal parts orange juice and sparkling water.
Mm.
And since I'm reading Burst by Mary Otis, I sort of coordinated my drink to match. And I will tell you, it's the first time I've ever bought grenadine. And you should have seen me searching the alcohol aisle but the grenadine, it was quite the sight. But anyway, that's what I'm having.
Were you texting also?
Well, I tried to text Lisa, but my voice to text wouldn't work. And I was like, do they have grenadine at the grocery store?
Does it ever?
It does.
It
So,
wouldn't do it.
Brenda's
in lieu of a
autocorrect could
cocktail,
be a book in itself.
oh, it's going to be.
It could
I've been
be a
collecting
book in
them.
itself.
Yeah.
Her autocorrect.
It is the bane of my existence.
That's
But
okay.
anyway, so
We
Ron,
laugh
did you
every
have a
day.
drink?
Well, it's not really a
Lisa.
demonstration, but it's kind of a little story. And if anybody was paying attention on social media, I had the distinct honor to meet a Friends in Fiction favorite. Colleen Oakley was with me here in Cleveland, and she brought me this
Hooray.
little glass that says the mostly true story of Tanner and Louise. So the cover of the book is there. But what's so cool about it, anybody who's read the book is going to get this. And if you haven't read the book, you will see it when you get it. In the back, there's two lines. There's a line up here that says Louise, and there's a line down here that says Tanner. And you can pick which one you fill it up with vodka to the line that's appropriate for you. So
I should have used my cup too. I forgot about that. It's so
I
cute.
fell in love with her.
Nice.
I fell in
Yeah.
love with her. She's
great.
amazing.
She's so great.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she's my neighbor.
I'm jealous of that for sure.
Cool. Absolutely cool. Well, I was trying to pull up a photo, but I am having difficulty. That's all right. We will move on. Let me see one more time. Okay. Let's
Can
see if
you?
I can share this. Oh, there it is. And now it's there twice just to annoy me. There we are.
Ah,
There you guys are. Aw.
there we are.
So
Gosh.
cute.
I
Hanging
love
out.
it.
It was so fun. So fun. See, I wasn't prepared to do it. She's like, we're gonna sit down and have a conversation in front of everybody, right? I went, yeah, we are.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Whatever.
Wing it.
Oh, that's so
We
funny.
did great though. It was great.
Well, that is awesome. You know, I think given some of our themes tonight, it would be nice if we could share some of our spring and beach reads, since I don't know if y'all are on spring break. I don't have a spring break, but I'm going to pretend I do.
I'm with you. I don't have
So-
one either.
Yeah, I don't have one, but my mind, I think, is on spring break.
That's
That
kind of what I'm
explains
thinking.
it.
I'm going to be kind of ethereal and on break. But I already shared that I'm reading Birth now, but my pick for a spring beach read is going to be
Both
have
of
to be
those.
the upcoming Summer of Songbirds with Christy
Awesome.
Whitson Harvey.
Nice.
All
That's
right,
always-
so
that's good.
Ron, what is your spring break beach read?
Well, I've got a whole bunch of them. And actually, yesterday I learned about a whole bunch of some that I'm saving for our happy hour in May. But one of the ones that I was going to share actually comes out May 2nd. So it'll already be out by the time our thing does. So I thought I'd bring it here and share it with you, and you can all get your pre-orders in for this book. And it's called Late Bloomers, and the author's name is Deepa Varadarajan, and she's phenomenal. Somehow this is a debut book, and it's about an American Indian family. And at the beginning of the book, a father who's almost 60 is going out on internet dates with other Indian women to try to find somebody to pass the time with, because his wife of 35 years left him. They have 2 adult children who also live other places, and they have their lives. So the mom is kind of gone to work in a library. The dad's kind of retired, but he's still in the family home. The daughter's just a mess, and she's having trouble. And the son looks like he's the perfect child. He's got a wife and a baby and all this stuff, but everything is not what it seems. And it's very dysfunctional, and a lot of things happen. The book is written so well because you get to know each character so deeply, but then they start to intertwine and interact because they realize that they have just all become estranged. They're trying to, and they like to dig into each other's life. The daughter's very embarrassed of her dad internet date. The son's like, go for it. But all these things happen that bring them all back together, and they converge into this phenomenal story. It's so well written. I think she said it took her 15 years to write the book. So it's do that. Late bloomers.
Sounds
I
great.
love that
Nice.
cover.
Yeah, it's a good
The
one.
cover's amazing.
That's
Okay,
awesome. That sounds good.
Let's see. Yeah. Meg, what about you?
So I have a bunch to share. Well, if we're talking spring break, as I said, I just got back from Italy, and I never ever read a book in a single sitting ever. But we had a really long flight home, and I
Mhm.
read The Silent Patient. Have you guys read that? I know it's old.
Ooh,
Alex
no,
it's on my list
Micheletti.
though.
Oh, Alex Michaelides. I don't know. how you say it.
Michelides, one of
Well,
those.
I read it on the flight, beginning to end, and I couldn't put it down, and I thought it was fantastic. And I think it's being
Wow.
turned into a show, isn't it? A
Oh,
limited
good.
series?
Well,
I
it's
think.
still on the bestseller list
No,
too.
I know.
It's still
Well,
on the bestseller list.
now I know why. It's freaking great. All right, and then I have a few others. Pineapple Street. I know Jenny Jackson was just on the podcast, and Mary Kay and Ron had a great time talking to her. That was a great podcast episode. I am dying to read Pineapple Street. It just sounds super fun and juicy. Another one that's out now, in fact, just came out this week, is a novel by the lead singer from the Bangles, Susanna Hoffs, and it's called, what is it called?
Oh,
This Bird Has Flown, and it
I
sounds so
love the cover.
right. It sounds so
Nice.
juicy. I don't know why it wasn't on our radar. Like we should be having her on the show, and we're not. But it's a debut novel, and it's about music and love and redemption. It's supposed to be funny and steamy, and it just sounds great. The reviews have been phenomenal. She actually, at her launch event at the Strand, played live Manic Monday in front of everybody.
No.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
I
I
was like,
love
"What?"
that song.
I know. And then two that are out in May that I can't wait to read. One we're going to have on the podcast. It's called The Daydreams by Laura Hankin.
Ooh.
And that is described as Daisy Jones and the Six for the Britney and Justin era. So it's about a
Ooh.
popular teen show from the 2000s, and they have a spectacular flame out, and then they have a reunion show in 13 years later, and this is all about the drama that
Oh.
ensues at their reunion. Yeah.
I'm all in. I was
Right?
all about that.
That sounds like, did you read
Cry Me
the
a
story of
River?
Opal
Oh
and
my
Nev?
God.
Yes, I did read that. I
Opal
loved
and
that
Nev was
book.
so good.
I listened to the audio, which was great because it was like full cast. But and then
Oh,
I'm just gonna
yeah, I love Daisy
put a-
Jones.
I'm putting a plug in for Stephen Rowley, because who didn't love The Guncle? I think it's one of the most
I
raved about
loved it.
books in our whole group, right? But The Celebrants comes
I
out
just read it.
May 16th. You did the new one?
No, I just read The Gunk. I was late to the
Oh,
part. I just read it I've just finished it like 2 weeks ago.
Isn't
I
it
love that book.
hysterical?
I
And
just love
I
it.
and so
loved it
full of
so
heart
much.
too. Like I love
So great.
Well,
I
this
just
new
fell in
You're
love
not
with
as
it.
late.
Go ahead.
You're not as late to the party as me. I've got that coming up next
Oh, good.
to read.
then go back
You'll
and listen
love
to the podcast. He was on, I think, our second episode. Like
Yeah.
he was on
Oh,
for,
I need to do that.
yeah, for the
It was a
Guncle.
great interview,
Yeah.
and now we're having him on the Wednesday show in the spring summer season.
Yay.
But the new one is called The Celebrants, and it's described as a big chill for our time. So it's a bunch of college besties who have regular reunions and the drama that occurs at the current one. And that's all I know about it, but I know it sounds great.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
And fun fact, he's
Oh.
married to a man named Byron Lane, who also has a new book coming out near there called Big Gay Wedding. And I'm halfway through it, and
Ooh.
it's actually so good. It's about this kid whose mom runs the farm or something. She's very conservative, but he's bringing his fiance home to tell her the whole story.
Ooh, I
You
love
can
it.
imagine, yeah, the whole
That sounds
hijinks
good.
ensue.
What a couple.
I love it. Well,
Okay, here's
before
one
I
thing
share
I- oh.
mine, I want to say Christy is watching and she says, "Hey, rock stars, love you guys.
Yay,
Aw,
love
hi,
you.
Christy.
Hope you're enjoying your night off." My my beach read, I had to go back to a classic. My favorite beach read, and I don't reread books often, but I've read this one twice. And it was the first Mary Kay book I ever read, and it's Sunset Beach. And I love
Wow.
Sunset Beach.
So good.
That's a good
So
one.
good.
So I lent it, but I'm gonna share my screen for those
I
of
was
you who
looking to see
haven't
if I had
read
it at hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
please.
my go-to beach reader if you
There we
haven't
go.
read it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your drink matches that one too. Well, I'm going to put in a plug for The Secret Book of Flora Lee, because I know probably
I
all four of
love-
you have already read it, but everyone out there who's watching, put that at the tippy top of your spring reads list. It is, Patty is at the
Yes,
top of her
tippy
game.
top.
It is so phenomenal. It is
It's-
right. It is just a beautiful story, so beautifully told.
It's a book you
Yeah.
just want to hug all the
Right.
time. I mean, every time I think about it, I just want to.
It feels like a hug when you read
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm waiting till right before book club, and it's been so hard because I want to read it, but I want
Oh,
it
you
to be
haven't read
fresh
it
in
yet,
my
because you're going to
mind.
want to read it twice.
Oh,
I'm
you are
serious.
so disciplined.
I'm serious. You're going to want to read it twice.
Okay, maybe I will. Maybe I'll read it this weekend.
Yeah, don't wait.
Well, I like to do that. I like to read it and then kind of reread it, skim through again before we discuss it, because this just keeps things fresher. But it's an amazing, just an amazing premise, an amazing cover, the whole deal. So I don't think I'm going to be able to wait either. I have not read it yet. I have been holding out a little bit longer, but I just don't know about that. While we're as we're doing our book recommendations, if you our book club members, well, no, we're not on book club. We took over. I forgot.
Yeah, everything. for us.
Friends and Fiction members, if you want to share your favorite or upcoming spring break and beach reads, please do in the chat so we can see what everybody's reading.
And can I ask
In
a
the
poll
meantime-
question and ask them to answer that too, and have each of you answer this
Yes.
question too?
Ooh.
All right, so
Yeah.
in library land, we're having a discussion because we think that when people say beach reads, it evokes a certain thing that's very easy breezy, sit on the beach, love it, go through it, you just put it down, great snap. There's a lot more to them now. There's really deep stories that are attached to those. So they're thinking
Mhm.
about switching what they're called to summer reading. What do you all think?
Oh.
I think everybody's idea of a beach read is different. Like I can remember reading really deep, kind of dark, heavy books on the beach. And as long as it's an absorbing story and it whisks you away, to
Yeah.
me, that qualifies as a beach read.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to have a beach on the cover or take place at the beach necessarily.
Or beach umbrellas?
Right.
I think for me, beach reads, that's what I don't think of just the covers, but it's like a vacation book, like they're on vacation or they're somewhere tropical. So even if I
Ooh.
can't go, I can imagine being there because I'm not on spring break or I'm not, I'm probably sitting at my desk. So anything that has that tropical type, it could be a mystery, it could be a romance, but as long as it takes me away somewhere else as far as the location, then I think that's how I would define beach read.
That's awesome. I love that. I love
I
that.
like that too.
Cool.
What about you, Brenda?
I used to think of a beach read as kind of
Right.
what, I'm sorry, as kind of what you would, the beach scene, the story is set at the beach. But as I continue to read more, I want it to be a story, like Meg said, that kind of takes me away in whatever fashion, where I have time to spend with the book and kind of savor it and be taken away to that place. So it's kind of changed over time.
Yeah. Very cool.
So how's that for
Okay,
your
thank
poll?
you.
Yeah.
That's great. No, I just was, it was a question that we all been talking about. So I thought I'd bring it to the masses.
Yeah. Well, hopefully anyone who's watching in the comments, tell us what you think a beach read is.
Yeah, I
Well,
have a
well, that-
couple. First, we have another special author watching. Mary Kay is watching.
Oh,
So
hey.
Yay!
Hey, Mary
took
Kay.
we took over your job.
You're supposed to be off.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
hopefully she's still getting wine delivered to her.
Yeah.
I know, right? Tammy says, I like beach read because it brings up visions of sunshine, waves, and umbrella drinks. Yes, I love an umbrella drink. That
Oh.
sounds.
Maybe there's room for both.
Mary says, summer reading sounds so mandatory, like the book list they gave you in grade or high school you were
Oh.
Like
supposed
homework.
from over the summer. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Me either.
Well, I was such
Uh,
a nerd. I didn't mind being forced to read most of
Right.
them.
I know.
I took it as a
It's
challenge.
just when you had, when you had to read books you didn't want to read, it was kind of like,
That's true.
Jinsey
But if
says,
you
I love
accept-
beach reads because I'm an escapist reader. Beach reads are a way of escaping to a place I've never been.
Hi, Jency.
Great point.
Yep. A lot of people are making
Absolutely.
comments.
Oh, cool.
And Mary Kay says she's drinking Chardonnay right now.
Woohoo!
So cheers.
Excellent. Atta girl.
Yeah, I know. Look at those olives, Mary Kay.
The dirty martini. The dirty martinis.
Oh, goodness. Well, while
What
we're
do we got
taking a
next,
few
Brenda?
while we're taking a few sips, Meg, would you mind sharing? Because I know our viewers definitely want to see this. What's coming up at Friends in Fiction for April and May?
I would love to. And where's Patty with her drum roll when we
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Da-da-da-da-da. I'm probably just as bad. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I've tried to do it, but it doesn't work.
All right. Well, I'm super excited for the spring summer season. It's going to be a great one, you guys. The list of authors is just something else. But let's start with April and May. So April, the season premieres April 19th, and right out the gate we're having Brenda Novak to talk to us briefly about her book, The Seaside Library. And she's if anyone follows her on social media, you see that she's out on a book tour in an Airstream trailer that she's called the Book Stream. And
So
She's
fun.
going around the country. She's coming to me with it.
Yeah, she's going
Yeah.
all over the country.
Yeah, and Patty and Mary Kay are gonna do
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
Crazy number of stops, like the number of miles and all that is printed on the bumper of the trailer, and it's set up like a bookmobile and a coffee shop, and her husband's going to be making coffee drinks. And so Brenda Novak will be joining us live on location from book tour from the book stream, so we'll all get to see that on the show, which will be great.
That's
and then
awesome.
also on the season premiere on April 19th, after Brenda, we are welcoming back Alka Joshi, who you guys might have remember has been on the show before. She's incredible. And she's joining us to talk to us about her latest, The Perfumist of Paris.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm psyched. And Lisa, another Atlanta girl, April 26th, we're having Jocelyn Jackson. And
Yay.
I freaking love.
I love her
I
too.
love her too.
I have
and then-
some stories.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She'd probably tell them all to you herself.
I know she would. I know she would.
Her new one is called With My Little Eye. And the blurbs are like a who's who. It's Karen Slaughter and I can't remember who else. I was looking at it earlier. I was like, whoa, I hope that book is set up to do really well. It's called With My Little Eye. And then we're also having Brenda Janowitz, who we've had on before, but her new one is called The Audrey Hepburn Estate.
Very
I think the one before was the Grace Kelly Ring. Is that right?
Yes,
Dress?
Grace Kelly dress.
Yeah, dress. So Jocelyn and Brenda Janowitz on April 26th. And then May 3rd, of course, since May 2nd is the on sale date for The Secret Book of Flora Lee, May 3rd will be our launch celebration extravaganza for Patty's new book. And God only knows what we have up our sleeves for
I know.
the launch episodes. We have 3 of the Fab Four launching books in this season. So we have 3 of those fantastic launch episodes to look forward to. And Patty's is first out the gate on May 3rd. And then on May 10th, we have Jennifer Robson is coming back to talk to us about Coronation Year. You guys might remember she came on in the fall around the Queen's funeral to talk to us about the royals, and with the whole episode was about the royals and all that. But Coronation Year is finally out, and May 10th, Jennifer joins us to talk about it. And joining Jennifer on that episode is Martha Hall Kelly with her new book,
Nice.
The Golden Doves, which
Her new book is so good.
it looks amazing.
It's
And I
so,
see her
so
everywhere. I
good.
think about her because do you guys remember when we asked her about the values around reading and writing growing up? She answered with that amazing, like she grew up in Martha's Vineyard. And she talked about how the rental houses would get rid of all their stuff and they would throw everything away, the season renters.
Yep.
And like people would throw away all these books, and she and her mom would go down there and just get all the discarded books and keep them. I don't know. That always sticks in my head because I was like, that is an amazing story. And who just throws their stuff away like that? But
Especially
okay.
books.
I know. May 17th, finally, we're getting to have Abby Jimenez. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. She's a rom-com author. Yeah, I know. She's like fabulous, like TikTok sensation. I feel like her books are just everywhere. Once you see the cover, you'll be like, oh, right, Abby Jimenez. If you haven't
I'm
read
so
her,
excited.
it's a great place to start with her new one, Yours Truly. And then also someone we've never had before, and I'm so glad to have her, is Megan Miranda.
That'll be good.
Yeah, right. So her new
Yay.
book is called The Only Survivors. So that's a thriller, kind of like a Mary Kubica vibe to that, I would think.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then on the after show on May 17th, we are super lucky to have YA phenom R.F. Kwon. She is out with her first adult novel, which is called Yellowface.
And everybody's
Really?
buzzing about that book. Oh my gosh.
Right. It's super
And
buzzy.
when is it out?
You would ask me that. I think it's out in May. I don't know
Okay.
that on sale date
she's-
off the top of my
okay.
head, but
Not
The
out
cover-
yet.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
not
I
out
didn't
yet.
know. She was
Yeah.
doing an adult book.
Yeah. So
Uh,
what's her YA series? It's some kind of YA fantasy, right?
oh gosh. I can't think
Babel,
of it.
something Babel.
Yeah,
It's huge, whatever it is. It's like
Yeah,
a huge phenomenon.
yes. That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to have her. And then May 24th is like literary extravaganza with Kate Morton. And I know Patty just did a virtual online event with Kate and said she is phenomenal and she cannot wait to have her on the show because the new book is fantastic, as are all of her books. And she was super engaging and she'll be an excellent guest. And then we're also having Lee Smith.
God,
She's-
there's a blast from the past.
How about it? I know.
That's great.
Yeah. She is like the literary matriarch of North Carolina, right? And I think she teaches at my alma mater, NC State. But her new book
Really?
is her new book is called Silver Alert, and it looks super fun. And the cover is really vibrant and fun. Silver Alert, Lee Smith. And then on the after show, friend of the show, Susan Meisner, is joining us to talk about her new book, Only the Beautiful. And then we have one more episode in May 31st, and super excited to welcome Meg Mitchell-Moore to the show, which, you know, she's got a bunch of huge fans amongst the Fab Four and myself, and her books are really fun, and her new one is called Summer Stage. And then on the after show, we have an author writing team with a debut novel, and their names are Audrey Bellezza and Emily Hardin. And they've written the most adorable sounding book called Emma of 83rd Street, which I
Oh,
believe
Oh,
is like a
cool.
modern day take on Emma. And it takes place in like the Upper West Side.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah,
That would
it
be
looks,
a great
it just
pick
looks
for
so
our
cute.
September
Yeah.
for the
Anyway,
reading challenge.
that is April and May. And I wish I had covers I just don't have everybody's books yet to hold up and show everybody. But stay tuned because we'll announce the full season with a link to the bookshop page, and everybody's books are already up there. We have a full graphic showing all the covers, and we'll get that out to everyone tomorrow, Thursday.
Now we know what Meg did on her vacation.
Yeah.
For spring break.
Yeah, Dark Week is
That
not so much a break.
that is quite a lineup. Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
Right? Isn't that
Wow.
exciting?
That's some good stuff.
I mean, woohoo.
The chat
Well,
is
I don't even know.
exploding with hearts and excitement.
Oh, good. Yay.
Susie says, awesome lineup as always. Molly says, sounds like an amazing lineup. MKA says she's a huge Morton fan and Lee Smith.
Yes.
Great.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Ron, would you like to share what's up with the podcast?
What's up?
What's coming
What's
up?
up?
What's up?
What's up? I would.
Now
I
y'all are going to
would.
be treating me like the holla thing.
I know.
Look, I say that all the time. I still say it. I don't care.
So for some of these, I actually have visual aids, so I'm
Oh, good.
Good.
excited to show these
Showing me
because
off.
these are also my book recommendations.
prepared.
Because one of the things about this podcast, even if I may not know a lot about some of these guests, boy, by the end, I'm in love with their work and everything about.
Oh,
But this first one turns out it was a friend of mine that I knew years ago in Jacksonville, Florida. And you know how on the podcast we kind of stretch beyond fiction and sometimes we do storytelling from other angles and places. Well, this episode's already in the can. And Mary Kay Andrews and I had the best time talking to Chef Kenny Gilbert about his new cookbook, Southern Cooking and Global Flavors. And this
Ooh,
book
love
is
that.
amazing. What do you want to know about Kenny? Well, here's what you need to know. He was a contestant on season 7 of Top Chef. He didn't win, but he was one of the consistent favorites of Lansing, and it launched a lot of his career. Beyond that, he has become an ambassador around the globe and learned all of these different things that he brings into his cooking and his restaurants that I've been to. I've been to them. I've eaten his food. I'm so excited. But in
That's
here,
awesome.
he breaks it up into some Southern things. And like he has a whole chapter on different kinds of mac and cheese. Mac and
cool.
cheese. So Asian influence, this and that. Okay, so
Wow.
one of the things on our podcast that we knew, but I didn't really know we were going to get this story, is how he became one of the preferred personal chefs for Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
So get your hands on this book. It's a great cookbook. One of the things, and I know I've seen this before probably, but he like goes through his recipes and at the end he's like the build. And that means like putting everything together. So he walks you through the steps. It's really easy. It's very Southern. It's very globally influenced. He's fascinating. And
I love
can't
that.
wait for you all to hear this podcast episode.
Awesome.
I know. And
I
the
want
next
that
one
book.
is I hope that that people have heard of him, but I think a lot of people may not have heard of this author yet. But he's written some big books like Kitchens of the Great Midwest and this Lager Queen of Minnesota. He writes a lot about Minnesota, and this is a male author, and actually become a friend of his. So it was so cool to have him on, and we would kind of pretended we weren't friends, but we were. Christy and I had the best time talking about Saturday night at the Lakeside Supper Club.
What a great
This book.
package,
All right, so if Roxane Gay says this is a perfect book, you want to pay attention.
I'll say.
We had the best time talking about him, and he actually recorded with us from where he lived in LA, where they had just had that awful storm where a tree fell on his house, and he was kind of snuck up into the part of their house to record with us. That was they were told to leave their home because they couldn't live there until
Wow.
there was a lot of work done.
Oh
So
my God.
he talks about the writing of the book. I don't, there's very few male writers who can write women's characters very authentically, and he's one of them, and he's recognized for it, and he's gotten blurbs from everywhere. And it's a book, grab this book out. It's out April 18th. So it's coming.
Awesome.
Now. And then guess what's coming up? I don't know which the episode is going to be, but the Writer's Block podcast is going to be celebrating its 100th episode. That's 100. Do you know how many episodes that is? That's a lot. I mean, Friends of Fiction knows it's become like 300 or 500. I don't know, but this
Cheers
is like
to that.
there's a
Yeah,
lot.
cheers, Ron.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Cheers to the
awesome.
100th episode.
Whichever one it is, we're going to celebrate huge. The next one I want to talk to you about is somebody I met a long time ago, but also was a friend of Patty's. We've already recorded this, and it's very deep and meaningful. And you really think that I don't know. It's just it's going to be a book I just fly through, and it's great. It's great. But it's called The Fun Widows Book Tour by Zoe
Ooh.
Fishman.
Oh, I
And
love that name.
She's Decatur. She lives in Decatur. And
Oh,
the book is though about a writer who writes a memoir about the death of her husband and how she's gotten past all that, and how people she's already a writer and kind of a mid-level writer, and how it is with her family and her fans and friends. But it's an awfully amazing book about friendships and trying to start over, and just what the relationships in your life can do. crazy thing about this is it's based on Zoe's own experience in her own life, losing her husband,
Oh,
how this book
Oh.
was kind of a catharsis for her.
oh, that's nice.
But one of the things that's not in the book that we got her to talk about, and I'm not going to give anything away, is the story about how she met her husband. You have to tune in for that, because that is a crazy great story. And
Cool.
everybody's just going to go, oh, it's great. It's a great episode. She's lovely. She's wonderful. And Patty and I had a great time with her.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, that is awesome.
All right. Last one. I'll just stop at April, and then we can come back to May, because these are a lot because of this show and tell, isn't it? So Meg and I are recording a new episode this Friday that'll be out on April the 28th, and it is with Women Are the Fiercest Creatures by Andrea Dunlop.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love it.
And The Daughters of Nantucket with Julie Gerstenblatt.
Yes.
So we are going to have a great
Cool.
conversation with the two of them.
With
And it's
two of them.
really about, and they take place in different time periods.
Mhm.
There's 3 women in each one that are the focus, but it's all about their intertwining lives. So this whole episode is going to be about intertwining lives in fiction. So it's going to be really fun, and we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, Daughters of Nantucket. Is
Very
it dual
cool.
timeline or is it all historical? Like all in the past? I can't remember.
It's all historical. It takes place during a great fire on Nantucket
That's
in
right.
1846. The women in Nantucket, their husbands all go out. They're whalers and fishermen, and they're gone for a very long time. And it's about the women that are behind and how they kind of, I won't say support, but I'll say interact with each other, and
Yeah.
how they survive their kind of their livelihood being out to sea for so long.
And I'm excited for Women Are the Fiercest Creatures. Andrea
Yeah, tell her.
Dunlop. Yeah, I used to work with Andrea Dunlop back at Doubleday.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm dying to read it. And it sounds like it's like a modern day 9 to 5, right? Like these
In a
three-
way,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like these
yeah.
3 women they band together against a bad male boss who sort of rewrites the company history to not give any credit to the
Right.
females who helped him launch it.
yeah, it's
Which
3 women
reminds
who
me,
kind of
just the whole
rethink.
vibe reminded me of 9 to 5.
But you're right. Because he's a tech guru in the book,
Yeah.
and they're all like kind of rethinking their relationship with him
Yeah.
in the book. And do they get together and plot something? I don't know. We have to tune in and
Yeah, we have to
see.
see.
I don't know. So that's April.
Nice.
wow.
Awesome. But what's coming up on the book club, you guys?
So
I know.
us for April, it'll be on April 17th. We're going to be doing the Mostly True Story of Tanner and Louise by
Hooray.
Connie Stokely. And that'll be at
What?
7 p.m. Eastern on the book club page. And for May, we are going to do the Coronation Year by Jennifer Robson. I do not have that book, but that'll be on May 15th at 7 p.m. And it is super, super, super
Yeah.
timely with the King's coronation around the corner.
Right. It'll be right around that time.
And we're going to have a tea party, and it's going to be fantastic. So you don't want to miss it.
Awesome. Tea
Yes.
party. I love it.
And we may be wearing pillbox hats. Who knows?
Oh, this I have to see.
You never know. I might be putting on my Markle, put on a little Markle sparkle.
I love that.
Well, if I were to join in a pillbox hat, I'd end up being the Queen consort.
There you go. Well, I tell you, I can't believe how fast our evening is passing, but we do not want to go too far without asking Meg to share what is going on with the Friends in Fiction live tour.
Well, I'd be glad to. Let me see if I can share this graphic. Share screen. Oh boy.
Let me just say while you're pulling that up, this is just such the neatest thing that all 4 authors are going to be doing these joint appearances. It's going to be, everybody is so excited about it.
Yeah. And every
Um,
month they'll be somewhere.
Can you see that? Is it showing?
We're seeing a
Showing
list.
your files.
Yeah, we
you
see
have
your
to double
download
click.
list.
Oh, why is
Ooh,
that
you
happening?
guys are really getting a peek behind the scenes.
Oh, Lord.
No kidding.
Stop share. How do I do that? Why isn't it?
Well,
Hang on. Let's see. Share screen.
if you, okay.
While you're doing,
I found it.
you got it?
Now?
Yay, there we
Okay.
are.
All right.
Look at that.
And thanks to someone who messaged me to say I had misspelled Huntsville on the first one. I fixed that.
Oh,
But so on April 26th,
we love a grammar Nazi.
yeah, we are all going to Columbus, Ohio, and it's a big library extravaganza.
Yes.
It's their 150th celebration of their author talks series, and the Fab Four are the guests of honor, and that's going to be a big giant blast. And then on May
Awesome.
1st is Charleston, South Carolina, for the launch extravaganza for Patty's book, The Secret Book of Flora Lee. Last I heard, there were fewer than 40 tickets left. So grab your tickets now before they sell out. And we are upgrading one lucky duck to a VIP ticket for anybody who
Ooh.
buys a general admission between now
Oh.
and when it sells out. So grab your ticket and you could be the one who gets upgraded and gets to come to the cocktail party and the whole deal.
That is
And
awesome. And we should, oh, sorry, Meg.
No, go ahead.
We wanted to let everybody know too that Lisa and I are going to be joining the
Woo.
Yes.
Fab Four in Entourage in Charleston. So we are real excited about that.
Holla.
Me and
That's
Meg will
gonna
be there
great.
too.
We'll be there.
The
Yay.
fearsome.
June 6th.
The fearsome foursome.
Absolutely. June 6th, we are all going to be in Huntsville, Alabama for the big launch celebration for Kristen Harmel's book, The Paris Daughter. So exciting. That's being hosted by Snail on the Wall, which is an indie there, and a fabulous library, I think, who does terrific events. And I anybody who's in the area, please come to that one. It's going to be fantastic. I have no doubt they're going to pack that place. And then July 20th, we all return to one of our most favorite independent bookstores in the entire country, Oxford Exchange in Tampa, Florida. And that is for the launch extravaganza for Christy Woodson Harvey's The Summer of Songbirds. That is sure to be a fantabulous event. So go ahead and get your tickets for that one. The first 5 events listed, Columbus, Charleston, that's 4, Columbus, Charleston, Huntsville, and Tampa. Those tickets are all on sale now and available for everybody. If you check our bio on Instagram and our Facebook post, all the links are there. So go ahead and grab your tickets. Oxford Exchange in Tampa is an insane location. It is just breathtakingly beautiful. They have a champagne bar. They have a tea
Wow.
bar. They have a home goods shop. They have a Warby Parker in there. It's multiple stories. There's a fountain. It's just a sight to behold. And that's going to be a
Phenomenal.
fantastic event. Tickets aren't on sale yet, but on August 1st, we're all going to be in Christy's hometown of Beaufort, North Carolina. And that is for a fundraiser for an organization called earlier.org, which is all about early detection of breast cancer. And then on October 4th, in Darien, Connecticut, at the Darien Library, that will be the launch extravaganza for Bright Lights Big Christmas by Mary Kay Andrews. So excited to get everybody up to the Northeast.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So anybody who's on the train line, who's in the New York City metropolitan area, you can get to Darien. There's a train station in Darien. It's close to the library. So I know we have some folks who don't drive. It's easy to get there by public transportation, and we are super excited to get our New York metro area friends in the mix on one of these live events. So that's the tour.
Cool.
Bam.
Ba-bam.
Well, bam.
Awesome.
Yeah, get your Charleston tickets now, folks. Because
Yeah, there's not many
yeah.
left.
Yeah,
not
you
many
want to be
left.
in it for that VIP ticket. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Ron, did you finish up your podcast announcements, or did you
no,
have
I did
one more?
One more what?
Batch.
Well, one more
He has
round.
May.
I have another
he has
batch.
May
Okay.
and June.
These will go quick. I don't
Oh,
have
May and June. I'm sorry.
all these books. I don't have all these books. So let's go into May a little bit. May 5th, we are going, and some these dates are subject to change
they
because
might
it
move
depends on
around.
schedules of when we can record. But May 5th, Mary Beth Keane for the Half Moon.
Oh,
So excited. The 12th, Meg already mentioned this, Laura Hankin for the Daydreams. We're going to have
Yeah.
a lovely chat with her about her book. On the 19th of May, we're going to have a really special episode with a woman called Kristen Ness. She's an author. It's her debut book that she's written about loggerhead turtles. And I'm going to have a special guest co-host. And I guess you'll never know who that is. You will never be able to guess who that is. It'll be, forget
Everyone's
it. Never.
favorite resident turtle lady.
Yes.
oh, yay.
Mary Alice Monroe will be joining me for that really special episode. It's going to be
Ooh.
wonderful. And
Oh,
then,
nice.
Oh, I forgot to say, Mary Alice Monroe is also playing a big
Yes.
part in the Charleston Friends of Fiction Live. So come see the
That's
band get
right.
back together.
Yeah.
Yep.
and is together. Okay, so the last one I'm going to talk about. Well, first I'm going to say, and later after May, if anybody read the book The Push,
I have
One
of-
not, but I've heard so
Oh,
many good
yeah.
things.
one of my favorites. That author, Ashley Audrain, is going to join us for her new book, The Whispers. Date to be determined, but we are confirmed. But the last one I want to tell you about was like a big shock. This is already in the can because we wanted to do it early. And it is a podcast episode that Mary Kay and I did with former FBI director, James
Oh,
Comey.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He started
Mary
writing
Kay-
fiction.
Mary Kay could not stop raving about it.
So,
She said
really,
the
That's
book
same
is
thing.
amazing.
phenomenal. Yeah.
I texted Meg right away with, this is great. So we probably
Oh, was that
fully
a good run?
expected- you know, like kids do. But I think we kind of expected to dislike the book, but he was amazing. He was lovely. He was personable. It's a great interview, and
Yeah.
I think people are going to just really dig it. It's going to be great.
That's another
So-
one that has blurbs from everybody under the sun, including Michael Connolly, right?
Harlan Coben, Alistair
Harlan,
Burke,
yeah.
Douglas
Wow.
Preston, Jeffrey Deaver, and this one, Nicole Wallace from MSNBC.
That's right.
Oh,
Wow.
they all blurred this. They all read it.
Well, apparently
that's
it's the real
amazing.
deal. It's the real deal. It's not
I'm looking
just
closer to read the. I'm looking closer to read the back.
Yeah. It's not just some
Take a picture.
retired guy trying his hand at fiction. It's apparently really great, and this is what he wants to do with the rest of his second chapter. So
Yeah. And
he's here.
and
He's here to
it's
stay
really
as a
good.
novelist. Yeah.
Really
amazing.
good. And he creates memorable characters that I hope go on for another 10 books at least. Be awesome.
The chat's exploding with excitement around that
Oh,
too.
cool.
by
Oh,
the
they
way.
are. Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Please get excited. Get
Yeah.
excited.
Well, was that it, Ron? I didn't want to jump in too early.
Nope, that's good. That's good. Go. all you.
Okay, I just wanted to share. I guess I'm a little excited. I wanted to share our June book club pick, our own Patty Callahan Henry, and The Secret
Yay.
Book of Flora Lee, which we talked about earlier, but we're so excited about that coming up in June. Yay!
Yep. On June
Meg, what's-
19th.
Yes, June 19th. I'm so excited. I forget all the details. June 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern on the book club page.
That's awesome.
And
That's
we'll
gonna be a
also
good
have
one.
there'll also be a special guest on that episode too.
Oh,
Oh, there you go with all your surprises.
I know we just keep secrets galore from you, Ron.
Ugh.
So, Meg, would you like to share the fantastic June lineup for Friends in
yes,
Fiction?
I would. Let me find it on my mess of a desktop here. I have too many things open. Oh my God, you guys. So June 7th, of course, is the launch extravaganza for Kristen Hormel's The Paris Daughter. And you might remember the last launch celebration we threw for Kristen's last
Mhm.
book.
Oh, very memorable.
I mean, the woman wrote a musical. So I don't know what
Yeah.
we have in store this time, but I am sure it's
To
going to
top
be
that.
fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough
We're
one.
gonna
That's a tough
try
one.
to top it. And then June 14th, we welcome back friend of the show, Fiona Davis, and her new book, The Spectacular, which is about the history of the Radio City Music Hall and the Christmas Spectacular. And the cover, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that's going to
I
be an
love the
auto
cover.
buy for so many people.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal. And then on with Fiona will be Heather Webb. Her book, I believe, is already out, but we're not having her until June 14th. But that book is
I have it here somewhere. I have it here
Oh,
somewhere.
good.
Oh,
That's super appealing to me
handy.
too. It's called Strangers in the Night, and it's fiction based on Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner. Is
Yep.
that right? Yes.
The Gardner. It's
One of
the
his
cover's
many
amazing.
The cover is great. It's just to me, it's so appealing. I'm like, yes, please give me some fiction that takes me away to the Rat Pack era. Like, it just
Yeah.
sounds so fun and glamorous. And then on the after show will be Victoria Benton Frank, who's Dottie Frank's daughter.
Yay.
And she has written her first adult novel called My Magnolia Summer. That has a rave blurb from our own Patty and a bunch of other people, and it looks and sounds
It's
fantastic, and we can't wait to have Victoria.
fabulous.
It is? Oh,
and yeah,
good.
it's like a short little story on the side. Is one of the times that Dottie was here in town, they had just written Teddy Spaghetti, so their children's book together, and she said, Victoria's a writer. And I went, oh, now I know she is a writer. She really put her heart and soul into this, and it's great.
Everybody loves her too. And then June 21st, we're having Hazel Gaynor. Boy, do I love the cover of that new book. It's called The Last Lifeboat. I wish I had it to hold up, but I don't. And then also we're having Catherine Ray, who another historical novel called A Shadow in Moscow. And then on the after show, we're having an author named Tanya Lowe. She goes by T.I. Lowe, and the book is called Indigo Isle, and I think it's about indigo farmers somewhere in the Low Country.
I have that here somewhere
cool.
too. I'm sorry. I wish I'd known. I would have.
That is a gorgeous cover, and that book sounds great. That's June 21st, and then June 28th. Everyone might recall a book that caught fire last year called Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan.
Yeah.
So she has a
Just
new one
finished that
coming
one.
Oh, you did? Oh, good. She has a new one coming this summer, and it's called Same Time Next Summer. So Annabelle Monaghan on June 28th, and then on the after show.
I just finished reading that one.
Did you? Is it good?
Yes. If you have a past love and you want to feel nostalgic about it, that is going to be the book for you. It's about the then and the now. And
I love it.
Where are you now, and what could you have done differently in the past?
It looks
so
super
good.
fun. I bet it's
So
going to
good.
be huge. The package is great. The cover,
Yep.
it's just, and she's got a great audience teed up and ready from Nora Goes Off Script. But and then on the after show, we have another writer pair, Mary Huddleston and Asher Paul, whose book Piece of Cake will be out this summer. And that sounds super fun and juicy. And I bet they are going to be loads of fun. So that's June.
Yay.
Pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, let's just go ahead and jump right into July. Brenda and I are excited because we have not announced our July pick. We were going to do it on our happy hour on May 25th, but we decided to go ahead and announce it. So our July book club is The Paris Daughter by our very own Kristen Harmel. And it'll be on July, I'm not sure of the date. July.
I can tell you in just a moment.
Nice, Ron.
We haven't
Yeah, I
announced
can
it, and
hold
I
on.
don't know it.
I can't.
Did
I
you
don't
guys
have it,
get yours
actually.
in that beautiful box, the Paris Daughter? Did you?
Oh.
Yes.
Sweet. Unbelievable.
I still need to post my box.
Yeah,
I've
The
been staring at
graphics
it.
in it and just
yeah, it's great. All right.
It was just
Well,
stunning.
Yeah.
We are
while
really
she's
excited.
looking for that graphic, we can go ahead and if you want to start July, Ron, with the podcast. I almost said book club.
that's really as far out as I can talk about the podcast because there's still some
Gotcha.
asks
lot of
out there
stuff
that
up
we
in the
don't have
air.
anything solid yet. I kind of
I
gave you
can-
the
I can-
Ashley Audrain thing, the writer of the bush.
Mhm.
But we've got lots of great ideas, let me tell you that.
Well, the Wednesday show is booked. I can give you the July rundown if you're ready for that.
Okay, why don't you go
Okay.
ahead and do that?
All right.
And let me plug one quick thing for the book club.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we didn't do it. May 25th, we do have our happy hour with Ron Block and a special guest
Ugh.
Who might that be?
at 7:30 p.m.
We never tell Ron.
No,
No.
you never do.
No.
Because you know how much I love being surprised.
And the July book club with Kristen is on July 17th at 7 p.m.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right.
Meg, what's up for July for Friends in Fiction?
So on July 5th, we have Marie Bostwick. And her new book looks so good. The cover is to die for. It is called Esme Cahill Fails Spectacularly. I just love
That's a
that
great
title,
title.
right? And then we have Tara Shelton Harris, and her book is called One Summer in Savannah. Tara, I
Oh,
believe. You know
yes.
Tara? She's a
I
librarian.
don't know her, but she's a librarian
Yes,
in
in
the
Dothan,
South there, yeah.
Alabama. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dothan, Alabama. She runs a great event series out of the Dothan Library. Yep. And so, yeah, One Summer in Savannah with Tara Shelton Harris. And then July 12th, drum roll please, is the launch extravaganza for Christy Woodson Harvey's The Summer of Songbirds.
Yay.
Who knows what kind of guest stars and role playing and funny headwear we might have in store for the summer camp
Yeah,
book.
the first thing I thought of was funny hats.
I can't wait for that. You know it's going to be a blast. And July 19th, as I tipped to earlier, we have Stephen Rowley joining us on the Wednesday show, which I cannot wait for.
Yes.
So he's the author of The Guncle, and he's joining us to talk about his new one, The Celebrants. And then this is an author pair I can't believe we haven't had yet, and I'm so glad we're having them. Liz Fenton and Lisa Stanky, and they ran a website called Liz and Lisa for a million years. They had an event series out in San Diego, La Jolla, I believe, at Warwick's. And their new book is called Forever Hold Your Peace. And when I saw that title, I thought, how has that title not been used before? Because I feel like when they told their editor they wanted to call it that, they probably jumped for joy when they realized it hadn't been taken because it's such a great title. Anyway, so for Liz and Lisa with Forever Hold Your Peace, that's July 19th. And then the season finale is on July 26th. And I do not know what we have up our sleeves for that. All I know is that we have rock star, superstar guest Ellen Hildebrand joining us for the season finale. And there's been lots of talk about how to make that super fun and some type of summer extravaganza. So get your pre-orders in for the 5-star weekend, which is her new one. And July 26th, we'll be celebrating that with her and celebrating the end of our summer season on July 26th with Ellen.
Yay.
And you know that they're filming her novel, The Perfect Couple, right now in Cape
Yes.
Cod, pretending it's
Yeah.
Nantucket.
Yeah.
And Nicole Kidman.
I know.
know.
It's amazing. The
And
cast is so good.
the cast is amazing. And I saw, Ellen's been fielding all sorts of questions from local Nantucketers who are asking, like, why'd they change this and why'd they change that? And the one thing that struck me as interesting was the character Nicole Kidman plays is supposed to be named Celeste, but they had to change her name for the show because Nicole Kidman played Celeste in Big Little Lies.
Oh.
Big Little Lies, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
her, the
Yeah.
Leanne Moriarty book. Yeah. So they were like, you don't
Wow.
want people to get confused and think she's playing the same character in 2 different shows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a great lineup. Oh,
Fun,
my
right?
goodness.
I know. It's
Insane.
amazing.
Oh, goodness. Well, I would like to do a quick giveaway if we could, as we're
Ooh, I
nearing
love
the
it.
end of our hour. And Ron, after I do the question and we get our answer, you can be our Vanna and display what the winner will receive, but not before.
An autographed picture of me. No.
Well, everybody wants that. Now
Oh,
the chat
cool.
is
That's
exploding.
right. Now you spoiled it. Okay, I'm gonna try to ask this properly. The winner of this, the first, Lisa is gonna be our judge, so she can choose a random winner or the first correct answer. But we're looking for an author's name as a response. In a prior novel by this author, Piper Parrish was the main character, and she lived in a small town in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay. And everything was going really well for Piper, except for one thing. Her husband was dead, and she was pretending that he wasn't. What author am I talking about?
Man, I love that book.
Gone with the Wind.
Does anybody know?
Yeah, it sounds just like Gone with the Wind.
There's a bit of a delay for us.
Oh,
so
okay.
while we're waiting for answers to come through. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have the first answer.
I was gonna
And
say
it's
I can give
Leslie-
another.
Leslie Bodeman. Colleen Oakley is the answer. And Leslie, you were the first one. So congratulations.
What
Yay,
does she win?
Leslie.
What do you win? A signed
Oh.
picture of Ron and
No. A signed copy of the Mostly True Story of Tanner and Louise,
Love it.
just in time for the book
Yay.
club.
yay.
I had her sign
So
it last
Leslie-
night so we could give it away tonight. So it's a signed copy.
Love that.
Love it. So
Yay, and-
Leslie, send us your DM me or Brenda and send us your address, and we will make sure to get that right out to you.
And congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes. Yay.
And it's 8:02, so we've officially gone into the after show.
Yeah. Welcome to the after show.
Congratulations. We're in after show now.
Well, I
Let's
have
stick
one
with us, guys.
question. One question from the chat for the four of us. Molly would like to know, what are our favorite hobbies outside of books and reading? Ron, do you want to kick us off?
Oh dear. Cooking.
Oh yeah, you
Cooking.
do like
I love to cook, and I get to review cookbooks, and I get to try out the recipes, and like, oh my God, it's awesome.
What about you, Meg?
For me, well, this winter we did a ton of skiing, so I'm going to say skiing and travel. We had two fantastic trips. One was out to Big Sky, Montana, and the other one was to Lake Tahoe in California, which I don't know if you watch the news, you can see they have just been clobbered with snow, and
Yeah.
so much so that they've actually had to close the mountains a couple of times because it's too much for them to even handle. But we hit it at such a sweet spot, and it was so much fun. Amazing conditions and just absolutely beautiful there. So skiing
Oh.
for me.
Nice. Brenda?
Sounds like it was fabulous, Meg. Well, for me, it's also partly travel, I guess, but also I love watching figure skating. And the last thing I went to was a whirlwind trip to Nashville to see Scott Hamilton's I can't remember what it's called, but it's a benefit for his cancer foundation.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And hoping to get to US Nationals in January, but not sure, but I just love it. It's just magical to watch it in person.
Oh, I love that.
It makes me
Awesome.
think of that picture of you in your skating costume that we've seen.
I know.
Let's forget that. That was poor judgment on my part. to
Oh no,
share
we're
that.
giving away an autographed copy of that. To people. You're gonna
I
sign
had a feeling that was your answer, so let me pull it. No, I'm just kidding.
it.
Oh yeah, moving right along, Lisa. What is
For me, my hobbies, I've always loved so many forms of entertainment, whether it's acting. I'm really into the film community here in Georgia. So I love going to films and advanced screenings and going to the Atlanta Film Festival and supporting my friends that work so hard on the movies and TV shows that you guys watch. So I'd say movies, cocktails, and I like to dance too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
like
Good.
what
That was a
kind of
great
thing?
question.
I love
Yeah,
That was a
thanks,
good
Molly. Thanks, Molly, for that.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
it's almost
There we are.
time to wrap up,
I
guys.
know. It's almost time for our fearsome foursome to end, except Ron is holding up another wonderful book.
If
We
you
can
haven't
totally
read
keep going.
Earth's the Right Place for Love, get your hands on this book. We had a lovely, lovely podcast episode with Elizabeth Berg. He's
She's
just one of the
awesome.
kindest, nicest authors. And these books are like a great escape from the world. All of her in that series with the Arthur True Love. It's just,
And that podcast episode's already out, right?
it is. It's out
Yes.
a few weeks ago, but it's our Arthur True Love when he was 16 and how he
Mhm.
became the way he was.
Oh, I love that.
It's just like phenomenal.
I can't
I
wait.
have 2 things to plug if we don't.
Go
mind.
ahead.
Oh
Hey,
yes,
wrap up.
yes, yes.
So, all right, let me attempt the screen share again. So I'm so good at it.
People
You're
in
up.
the chat
This I'm
are
really excited about, you guys.
frustrated.
Okay, hang on.
Diane says she loved meeting
Oops.
Elizabeth Berg in Cleveland.
He
Ooh,
did
yeah.
too. We had such a great time.
Cool.
All right. We have
Oh,
new
yes.
swag, you guys. We have new swag. So we're calling these the nameware. Friends in Fiction nameware, right? So
I
you'll
love
see
it.
the cute design has MKA and Patty and Christy and Kristen and me, because the community is nothing without all of you. And so the shirts, they're available in 2 different kinds of short sleeve shirt, several colors. There's a hooded sweatshirt and a crew neck sweatshirt. And there's black, there's light gray, there's like a nice blue, there's charcoal. So we're going to share this link, but we're doing these through Bonfire, and it's a limited sales window. So you can only order now through April 23rd. And I believe these come in like extra small through 5X or something like that. So there's a huge variety of sizes, colors, short sleeve, long sleeve, whatever you want. But it is a limited sales window. So I'll get that link shared on the Facebook page ASAP. And hopefully you guys can scoop those up while supplies last.
They are awesome.
Isn't that
I'm so
fun?
excited.
I love it.
I think they're fun.
And they come in
Um,
unisex and all the different sizes. I think they're beautiful.
Love it.
Okay. Now, one other thing to plug before we go off. How do I do this? Here we go.
You're doing great, Meg.
I'll try. I'm trying. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
The subscription box. So
Yay.
get your orders in now. The first shipment goes out in less than a month. So Patty's book goes on sale May 2nd. And when you sign up for this box, it's $125 all in. It's available only at Booktown, right here at my local indie at the Jersey Shore in Manasquan, New Jersey. And for a flat rate of $125 all in, you get 4 signed first editions. And then the first shipment is the awesome kitchen towel. You see, oh my God, that Kristen's book just fell on me. You get the awesome kitchen towel you see there that says "Dinner can wait. It's time for Friends in Fiction." So that price includes shipping, tax, and all 4 shipments, and you get 4 delightful shipments in the mail. And this way, you ensure that you have everybody's brand new 2023 book just as they're landing. So
A great gift idea.
Oh, that's
I think
Yeah.
Mother's Day is coming up.
sure
Yeah.
is.
That's a steal.
that's
Yeah, it's a good one.
exactly what I was thinking. Great gift possibilities.
Hmm. For yourself and for someone else.
One for each.
Absolutely.
Well, one other thing we wanted to say quickly is to remind everyone about the 2023 reading challenge that we're hosting on the book club page, which is head up by our reading challenge guru, Anissa Armstrong. And she reads every book that ever comes out. And I don't know how she does it.
I don't either.
I told her she's a triplet, and I really think that's the case because she goes everywhere, she's at everything, and she reads all the, I don't know. She's a triplet, I'm convinced. So I think I met one of them too. I think I met one of her twins by mistake, but we'll come back to that another day. So
It's another show.
every month we have a challenge or a different prompt. And for April, we're doing a book under 200 pages. And we have posted some suggestions on the page, but I would like to say, since Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is coming out
Oh my
April
God.
28th in theaters, and I was lucky enough to go to an advanced
You're
screening
so
this week.
lucky.
And it
Review.
was amazing that is a good book to read for this challenge, or reread it before the movie comes out.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that's under
Mm.
200 pages. I don't
I
remember
know.
that.
I didn't know that either, but
Yeah.
it is.
I
Yeah.
think so many older
That's
books were
amazing.
super short. Like when you look at older
Yeah.
book, like Great Gatsby and
Right.
Catcher in the Rye, they look like
Of Mice and
pamphlets.
Men.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so
Great
surprised.
Gatsby is a
like,
good
well, I
one
guess
for the
it was a
challenge.
middle grade. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I tell you, I do not want to play book Jeopardy with any of you guys. Let me just say that now. I'm going to throw in the towel before we even start. But oh my goodness, what a great night of books
This
and
was fun.
yeah.
friendship and sharing. It's just been a great night, and thanks so much for everyone for watching, and for you
Yes.
guys, the Fearsome Foursome, to
Right
be back
on.
for the takeover. And we
Shout
can't
out.
wait to see you in Charleston.
Say shout out to the Fab Four. I hope you guys are enjoying your
Yes.
night off.
Enjoy your
Yeah.
night off.
And 3 cheers for our 4 founders, Mary Kay, Kristen, Christy, Patty.
definitely.
Love you guys.
Definitely.
Yes. In fact, I
We-
would say let's,
This would be nothing without them. This would be nothing.
Exactly.
yes.
So
cheers
cheers.
to the Fab Four.
Mhm.
I'm almost out of gin, guys. I made it
Yeah.
through.
Emergency. Hit
You're
the
still
panic
sitting
button.
upright. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh my God, that almost came out. That
oh
was
yeah, I can imagine. You guys, thanks for a wonderful evening, and we will see you on the next takeover.
That's right. Thanks for tuning
Everyone
in,
take
guys.
care.
Thank you. Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Fearsome Foursome
Good night.
out.
Bye.
Fearsome
PB
Foursome out.
out.